Hey, this is Sally's Book Talk. Tune in daily as we uncover the world's greatest reads for you. Today, we're diving into blockchain, from digital currency to a trust based society. This book will give you a systematic understanding of blockchain technology and its societal impacts. In recent years, blockchain has rapidly evolved from tech circles to mainstream awareness. Major corporations like Goldman Sachs, IBM, and Deloitte see huge potential in blockchain's commercial applications. Tencent CEO Ma Huateng believes blockchain holds epoch-making significance, attracting both corporate and government exploration. Former PBOC Governor Zhou Xiaochuan stated blockchain is promising, with central banks conducting dedicated research. Everyone wants to understand what blockchain really is and how it'll transform our world. This book provides clear answers to these questions. You'll learn blockchain's initial application was digital currency, but its true potential lies in building institutional trust, ultimately creating a trust-based society, co-authored by experts like Chen Jia, ABTC founder, Dr. Han Feng, Ting Hua, Yang Tao, CAS, and Da Hongfei, NEO founder. I'll break the content into three parts for better understanding. First, explaining blockchain technology and distinguishing it from Bitcoin. Second, introducing smart contracts, enabling blockchain's revolutionary financial applications beyond currency. Third, categorizing blockchain types and exploring diverse real-world applications, showing its transformative power. Let's start with blockchain's foundational principles and its relationship with Bitcoin. Blockchain technology was born with Bitcoin's release in early 2009. Blockchain is the foundational protocol and technological architecture behind Bitcoin's monetary system. By understanding Bitcoin's operational principles, we can grasp blockchain's underlying technological framework. Before exploring Bitcoin, let's hear an intriguing currency story that illuminates Bitcoin's origins. Yap Island in the Pacific was home to remarkable indigenous people with unique customs. In 1903, anthropologist William Henry Furness documented his observations in The Island of Stone Money. Why this title? The islanders' monetary system was truly extraordinary. Without metal resources, stone artifacts played vital roles in Yapese society. Yapese's explorers sailed to Palau to quarry limestone, crafting hollow stone discs as currency. These stone discs ranged from 30 centimeters to over 3 meters in diameter. You might think, using stones as currency sounds impractical. Unlike shells or precious metals, these massive stones posed transportation challenges. The Yapis devised an ingenious solution. For large transactions, sellers could mark buyers' stones without physical transfer. This mark signified ownership transfer while the stone remained in place. This system essentially created financial records without physical exchange. The permanent markings transformed stones into living ledgers. Within this context, Furness recorded another remarkable tale. The island recognized one family as supremely wealthy, yet nobody had ever seen their stone currency because their massive stone disk lay at the ocean's depths. Many years ago, this family's ancestors joined an expedition to quarry limestone. Their ancestors found a massive stone, which they shaped into currency for transportation. But a storm forced them to cut the raft's ropes, sinking the stone currency forever. Back in the village, expedition members verified the stone's existence and quality. They attested to the stone's exceptional size and craftsmanship. Though lost at sea, its witnessed existence maintained its transactional value. The owner could still use it for purchases as if physically present. This reveals currency's essence as accounting. Yapes traded through collective memory, not physical transfer. Shared collective memory of the stone's existence validated its worth, effectively forming a communal mental ledger among islanders. But why did islanders trust this system? Centuries of cultural evolution transformed this trust into stable tradition. Isolated communities better preserve such fragile social contracts. Modern society still uses accounting-based currency systems like Yap stones. When using WeChat Pay or Alipay, transactions are digital ledger entries, not physical cash exchanges. Since the 1980s, tech pioneers attempted cryptographic electronic currencies without success. These failed because centralized entities lacked central banks' monetary control capabilities. Private institutions couldn't maintain currency stability or authoritative credit guarantees. On November 1st, 2008, a cryptography mailing list post announced, "I'm developing a peer-to-peer electronic cash system." This post was signed by Satoshi Nakamoto, requiring no trusted third-party involvement. In January 2009, Nakamoto launched the system called Bitcoin. Bitcoin created new currency mechanisms for issuance, circulation, and transactions, giving birth to blockchain. Initially, Bitcoin and blockchain were two sides of the same coin. Bitcoin as application, blockchain as underlying protocol. Traditional monetary systems rely on central banks for currency control and distribution. Bitcoin requires no central authority. Its system operates through public participation. So, how does this actually work? It relies on a special ledger system powered by blockchain technology. Now, let's explore how this ledger mechanism operates. In Bitcoin's network, every participant becomes a node, maintaining complete transaction records. This decentralized structure eliminates need for central control over the ledger. Confused? Let's break it down with a practical Bitcoin example. You'll understand after this demonstration. Case scenario: Xiaoming wants to send Xiaoliang 10 bitcoins. Xiaoming first creates the transaction via wallet software, signing it with his private key. This digital signature serves two purposes: authenticating the transaction's validity and proving the transaction originated from Xiaoming specifically. The signed transaction broadcasts across Bitcoin's network for node verification. After validation, nodes add the transaction to a new block. What's a block? Think of blocks as ledger pages, each currently holding about 4,000 transactions. At this stage, Xiaoming's transaction isn't actually completed. Two reasons. One, the block containing this transaction hasn't been added to Bitcoin's main ledger, not yet chained. Here, chain refers to the blockchain's literal chain structure. Blockchain connects blocks into sequential chains, each containing thousands of transactions. Chaining means including transactions in validated blocks. 2. Does Xiaoming actually possess 10 bitcoins? This requires computational verification by network participants. Who adds blocks to the chain? Who performs these verifications? This introduces the concept of mining. Mining involves bundling transactions into blocks and performing computational validation. Validated blocks get permanently recorded in Bitcoin's ledger. Any node can participate in this verification process. Nodes' computers perform high-speed computations to solve cryptographic puzzles. When node A solves the puzzle, the network broadcasts, "Node A succeeded." Other nodes then verify node A's solution. If validated, the transaction becomes permanent blockchain record. Node A receives Bitcoin rewards. This validation process constitutes mining. Participants in this process are called miners. Competitive rewards drive miners to maintain network integrity. Bitcoin launched with single node Satoshi's computer, now exceeds 10,000 global nodes. Nodes operate continuously, collectively updating the ledger. Transactions become immutable after blockchain recording and subsequent confirmations. Once network validated, the Bitcoin officially transfers ownership. Thus, Xiaoming's 10 Bitcoin transfer to Xiaoliang completes, demonstrating Bitcoin's operational flow. The computer and internet technologies involved here constitute blockchain technology. What makes blockchain technology groundbreaking? It solves the non-replicability issue of digital assets. While first-gen internet enabled free information replication, assets require unique ownership protection. Real-world assets demand unique ownership verification, often requiring third-party validation or government registration. Original internet protocols couldn't establish digital ownership frameworks. Assets can't be duplicated like JPEGs. Unlimited copies destroy value credibility. Blockchain resolves this through miners' computational verification network, establishing trust. Traditional currencies rely on legal systems. Blockchain implements code is law principle. A user in China transfers Bitcoin to Africa without legal contracts or government oversight. No formal agreements or institutional guarantees required. Universal trust emerges from system mechanics rather than centralized authority. This represents an entirely new trust building paradigm. Collaborative processes inherently risk distrust, landlord tenant, doctor patient relationships, etc. Blockchain creates neutral databases controlled by no single party. Technical transparency fosters trust, even between mutually suspicious parties. No central authority required. All nodes maintain equal status. Every node contributes through mining or verification participation. Network security strengthens with increasing node participation. Once information is recorded on blockchain, all nodes preserve it permanently, eliminating possibility of institutional tampering. This blockchain mechanism enables secure asset or value transmission. That concludes our first section overview. We've learned blockchain is an open, irreversible, tamper-proof data recording system. Like a massive node-powered ledger, blockchain's applications extend far beyond Bitcoin's original use. Blockchain can record various assets, stocks, insurance policies, etc. Now, let's explore blockchain applications beyond digital currency in financial scenarios. First, we need to understand smart contracts. What are smart contracts? The term was coined in 1993 by cryptographer Nick Szabo. Since 1980s-90s, cryptographers dreamed of anonymous payment systems protecting buyer and seller privacy. Szabo was among pioneers obsessed with this vision. She explained smart contracts using vending machine analogy. Vending machines required human-mediated transactions at stores. Manual processes were labor-intensive and error-prone. Without validators, shopkeepers risked accepting counterfeit bills. Vending machines automated transactions. Coins in, goods out. Secure coin boxes enabled 24/7 unmanned operations. This simple mechanism allowed profitable automated deployment. Machines eliminated counterfeit acceptance and change errors. Szabo envisioned smart contracts as automated relationship tools between entities. It's a consensus-based agreement system. This differs fundamentally from traditional contracts. Typically, when signing contracts, we outline parties' rights and obligations. The agreement specifies deliverables, funds, or goods upon contractual fulfillment. If either party breaches, the aggrieved must pursue legal recourse for compensation. Traditional systems often fail recovery, evidenced by court blacklists. Smart contracts improve enforcement. Smart contracts use digital tagging to monitor assets during agreement phases. Breach triggers automated asset recovery protocols. Example: U.S. landlords struggle with tenant evictions due to strong tenant protections. Once occupied, removing problematic tenants becomes legally complex. New York laws prohibit arbitrary rent hikes or evictions, favoring tenants. Smart contracts could automate resolution in such scenarios. Landlords, tenants could co-sign blockchain-based rental agreements. These would encode lease terms and smart lock control mechanisms. As lease expiration, non-compliant tenants trigger automatic lock code rotation. This example demonstrates smart contracts' operational logic. Now let's examine smart contracts defining characteristics. First, autonomous condition evaluation and action triggering. Tenant breach automatically locks property access, outperforming manual legal processes. Like the rental case mentioned, legal proceedings could take months for court resolution. Even with court rulings, enforcement remains cumbersome. Smart contracts offer lower execution costs and broader applicability than traditional agreements. Smart contracts require predefined terms, asset tagging, and penalty mechanisms. Subjective human factors resist automation. Clear-cut terms like lease expiration dates allow effective automation. Human-centric considerations challenge smart contract implementation. Szabo's concept awaited blockchain technology for practical implementation. Blockchain's decentralization and immutability naturally enable smart contract execution. Thus, smart contracts constitute fundamental blockchain functionality. Satoshi's anonymity fuels speculation about Szabo's potential involvement. Blockchain's applications extend far beyond initial implementations. Its decentralized ledger enables asset creation or transfer across domains. Virtually all financial instruments could utilize blockchain infrastructure. Consider insurance disputes. Policyholders and insurers often conflict over claim validity. Frequent disagreements arise regarding payout eligibility criteria. Smart contracts could integrate policy terms with medical institution data. Automated payouts triggered when hospital diagnostics match policy conditions. Implementation challenges include data standardization and industry adoption. Blockchain has numerous applications in equity management. Startups often make verbal equity promises to core teams that later cause disputes during scaling. Example, an executive's 1% stake gets diluted to 0.1% without transparent communication during funding rounds. This scenario was dramatized in The Social Network regarding Facebook's co-founder disputes. The enraged co-founder smashed office equipment upon discovering equity dilution. Blockchain-based smart contracts could record every equity change as immutable transactions. All network nodes receive immediate notifications of new investment entries. Current systems allow majority shareholders to bypass minority stakeholders. Blockchain registration prevents covert shareholder manipulations. Historical equity data becomes tamper-proof through blockchain records. Smart contracts could automate compensation for shareholder rights violations. This section explained smart contracts, financial applications through insurance or equity examples. Blockchain's technical features enable cross-industry applications beyond finance. Its transformative potential extends to legal, political, and artistic domains. Finally, we categorize blockchain into three types based on accessibility. 1. Public chains. Open participation with decentralized transaction validation. Typical public chains include Bitcoin and Ethereum. Generally, public chains gain value with increased participation. Running full nodes requires significant computational resources. Bitcoin's network boasts over 12,000 full nodes, storing all historical data, a radical departure from traditional finance. Second category, consortium chains formed by pre-selected organizations for shared goals. Data accessibility can be public or restricted in consortium chains. Example, 15 financial institutions requiring 10 confirmations per block. Third category, private chains. Organizations use private chains for secure internal data synchronization. Sales teams could resolve client attribution disputes through immutable records. Private chains enable transparent tracking of client development history. Popular analogy, use public chains when distrusting others, consortium chains when distrusting institutions, private chains when distrusting colleagues. Ultimately, blockchain serves as trust-enhancing infrastructure. Blockchain applications continue expanding across industries. Healthcare applications include revolutionizing electronic medical records (EMR). Handwritten records face long-standing criticism. Illegible doctor handwriting remains problematic. Record loss carries severe consequences. China's 2010 EMR standards implementation progressed slowly. Hospital-controlled EMRs create conflicts of interest in medical disputes. Current hospital-controlled EMR systems create suspicion of tampering during disputes. Blockchain-based EMRs would enable multi-institutional oversight, preventing unilateral alterations. Chain-stored medical records become globally accessible and disaster-proof. Blockchain enables lifelong medical histories and even secures voting systems. In March 2018, Sierra Leone conducted first blockchain-based presidential election. Swiss firm Agora used blockchain to prevent electoral fraud. Through immutable records, blockchain's trust architecture drives cross-industry adoption. The Economist coined trust machine to describe blockchain's societal impact. Blockchain enables trustless collaboration without central authorities. Enhanced trust reduces transaction costs, stimulating socioeconomic development. The real innovation isn't cryptocurrency, but the trust infrastructure itself. Blockchain's potential extends far beyond current applications. To recap, blockchain originated from digital currency 10 years ago, now transforming multiple sectors. Its ultimate potential lies in rebuilding societal trust networks. Trust being more precious than gold, blockchain promises foundational social infrastructure. This concludes our exploration of blockchain, from digital currency to trust society. Key takeaways available below. Until next time.